me. Help me. Help me.
Family, what's happening? It's your brother YT back at it again with another video, a continuation of the homelessness series. This one right here is about van life. When you hear about van life, you might think luxury travels. You might think traveling in a Sprinter even. They consider that van life. Thing is, there are people that get old vans and they turn them into their house. This is what we're talking about on this one. Due to the housing crisis, this is how some people have to live right now. Family, you already know what to do. And if you're brand new too, thumbs up this video so YouTube can push this content out. Smash subscribe to join the tribe and ring the post notification bell as well. All right, let's get into it.
This is how a poor man eats. $1.88. 30 cents. 30 cents for an entire loaf of bread. That's not bad.
I didn't think that things could get any worse than they already are, being homeless, living in the car with my service dog, until today, where she has to be put down at 5 o'clock. For those of you who are new here, Sugar has been my service animal for 9.5 years. She was diagnosed with mammary cancer, so breast cancer for dogs, a year ago, and the tumor has grown the size of almost a softball. I took her to the vet last week because she started to show some symptoms of not her normal self, and they put her on a steroid, hoping that she would do better, and she did do better for 5 days, but now she has started vomiting and having diarrhea, which means the cancer has spread. So they told me it's time to put her down.
I look homeless. Super homeless. I didn't do my hair today. Can you tell? Someone asked why I don't sleep in the back. Let me show you. Let me show you why. It's full of shit. This is how the back looks like. That's how the back looks like. I can't sleep back there. I wouldn't want to sleep in the middle seat anyways. Just in case something happens, someone pulls up by my car, I can just, sit up and put the car on. That's why I lay right here in the front seat. Just in case anything happens. Sit up, put the car on, and drive off. Now, there's no way my pregnant ass is going to be climbing through the back to go to the front seat. Then we'll get some snacks. I haven't collected my trash. Let's go. We're leaving. Time to change. We're at Fry's. It's too crowded. With the Coke? And that'll be it.
Number 2, no onion on the Coke, the card?
Yes.
And 1 first one, okay?
Thank you. So hungry. Guess what we're eating?
Thanks so much. Have a good night.
In and out. You know this is cheaper than McDonald's. Delicious. So good. Time to go. I have a sunroof open. It feels nice out here. Not cold yet. We're gonna get ready for bed because it's hard to get up in the morning. Don't judge me. Hey, my hair's growing. Ew. Okay. That's nice. Sir! Oh, hell no. I'm about to close this. This light is in my face. Much better, guys. Good night. See you another day.
On every single one of these series, y'all gonna hear me say, man, I feel for any person that's pregnant or have a child with them and they're living in their car. That's a tough situation. Pregnant may be even worse than having children in there. I'm not gonna say worse, but it's just as bad. You're there by yourself. So if her water break at any time, she got to drive herself to the hospital. On top of that, it's not safe for her or the child. I hate that it's gotten to this in this country, man. I hate it's gotten to this point. But you can still, on every single one of these videos, feel their energy radiating and tell that they're not losing hope. That's what I like. It may be a numbness, a feeling of numbness. Don't know how to feel. Just got to keep going. But that's better than being depressed, right? You have enough worries tomorrow, so let's live in the moment and not worry today.
So right now we're just parked and enjoying some food. Out of the house. I think we're gonna go back to the house every chance that we get, even though we're not supposed to. The smell is probably mold in there by now. It's definitely mildew in there, but today is the day where my anxiety and my depression is really starting to kick in. We went to Publix, we got the kids some food. Right now we're just sitting outside of our grandfather's house. We brought him some food. He just got his electricity back. He lives in a studio. It's like a duplex, like a small little space. We don't want to overcrowd anybody. We don't want to be a burden on anybody. So I think what we're going to do is, because last night we slept in our van and it was absolutely insane. Never experienced anything like that before. It was just horrific. We were unprepared. We didn't really know how to set the van up, you know, for the kids to sleep. So we all just slept in our separate chairs. I laid back in the passenger seat. Daddy laid back in the driver's seat. And then the kids have captain seats in the back of the van. So they all just laid down there and went to sleep. It was hot. It was mosquitoes biting us. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the house as long as we can until our landlord company comes and put us out. They already told us that we had to leave since Helene. And then Milton came right back after Helene. Chicken? Okay. Here you go. No, I ate a leg. I'm not even in the mood to eat like that. Helene came first, and then Milton came right behind. So we had water damage from Helene, and then we had major damage from Milton. And when I tell you my anxiety, y'all, my anxiety is really kicking in. And people inboxing me and telling me, just call CPS and yourself. Tell them you need help with your kids. I am not doing that. I'm not calling CPS on myself and my family. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not letting my kids go to stay the night at anybody's house, because I know what can happen to children in vulnerable states like this. So they can't go stay nowhere. I'd rather them be with me than to be with anybody else. So we're going to try to ride it out and stay at the house until, I hate to get sad in front of them, but we're going to try to ride it out and stay at the house until my landlord, until they come, and until they inspect, until they tell us that we really got to go. They are allowing us to transfer from one unit to another, but we got to have money. My money just went right before all this happened. So I'm stressed out. I'm really, really stressed out. My kids make me happy. As long as they eating, they be smiling, they be laughing. But y'all, I'm so stressed out, y'all.
Every day I wake up wondering where I'm going to stay at night. Being that I'm 63 and I should be homed somewhere in a nice place with a nice bed, I wish every day that I could be out. So I do a lot of wishing. I wish I could find some place and cook a meal. And it's hard living here because I'm in my van, because I'm limited to what I can do. So I've got a lot of dreaming going on. This is my house, and my bed and my storage underneath, my ice chest, my clothing. My bucket is, just a 5-gallon. You have your plastic bags. You have a toilet seat, which I got at Walmart, and it is a toilet seat, a plastic. It works just fine. Not a lot of room. You get used to it though, when you have to. You make it your own. It's hard to decide what you're going to do every day because you're spending a long time every day waiting in your car to live your life because there's not a lot to do. It can happen to anyone. It happened to me and I never thought it would happen to me. As long as it takes, I'll make it work because I need a place to live. So I will make it work. You live one day at a time and you hope that things get better for you.
Hi there, my name is Tyler, and even though I work between 50 and 60 hours every single week, I am homeless living here in my car because of inflation. There wasn't any help to keep me in my apartment, even though I paid my rent on time for 3 years. I got behind just 2 weeks because I lost my job for reasons outside of my control. And I called the city, I called the county, I called the state, I called charitable organizations like Salvation Army and churches, and I was told time and time again that there was no help for me. The most that was given to me was being put on a 7-year wait list for possible affordable housing. I believe that this is wrong. There's so many hardworking people like myself, tens of thousands of hardworking Americans that are out here trying to survive, but we can't afford a place to live anymore, and we're being forced to live in our cars, and I believe that is wrong.
Perfect example of being one paycheck away from homeless. Literally 2 weeks caused him to be homeless, have to live in his car. Humble yourselves, everybody, humble yourselves. This is why I say, let's not judge homeless people. Let's not look at them like they're less than human. I never did, me personally. Everybody's human. I'll have a conversation with anybody. I'll talk to anybody. You know, I've talked with plenty of homeless people and gotten their story, or I didn't even know they were homeless and sat and talked with them. Sometimes they didn't even ask for money. They're just telling me, you know, you're the light, you know, that they see me for who I am. And, you know, it was probably good that they could feel our energy, me and my cousin both. During the pandemic, we would sit and talk to a lot of homeless people. We would give money, you know, and not on camera or nothing like that. And I'm not even saying it for validation right now. I'm just giving you a story or understanding of where I'm coming from. You know, you never know what nobody's going through, and you never know how they got in this predicament. It could have been somebody that's working. A lot of these people right now are working. They're working individuals, and they're on the streets. So they're not lazy. It's not the fact that they don't want better. It's the economy.
Back there, it is the perfect spot to be able to be urban, be stealth. We're gonna cook our meal right here in the back. Let's hop to it. So I want to go ahead and address the concerns that I know all of you are having as soon as I pulled the buddy heater out and started it here inside the back of this U-Haul truck. And of course, anytime you've got an open flame, as well as propane, etc., in a confined space, you want to take extra precautions. I've been using the Mr. Buddy heater for a long time over the years of doing van life and fully understand the hazards and the risks that you take of running such a heater. The great thing is that Mr. Heater has been around for many, many years, and they rate these particular heaters as safe for indoor use. Also, inside their heater, they manufacture in a low oxygen shutoff sensor, which is very important, as well as a tip-over sensor, which is great. If you bump it and it falls over onto a blanket and you don't realize it, it'll shut off. So, of course, do we want to put our lives in the hands of an $80 heater and hope that that low oxygen sensor works? I certainly don't want to rely solely on that. So in my van, I actually have carbon monoxide alarms set up in my van. So what I've done tonight is I actually grabbed one of those carbon monoxide alarms and brought it with to have here as a backup to the no oxygen sensor. So we've got backup. Okay, well, I know a lot of concerns are, well, what if your carbon monoxide is faulty? Of course you want to test it and make sure that the battery's good. So we've tested it, it sounded back to us. Okay, cool. I still don't trust it. So not only did I bring one alarm, but I also brought 2 alarms. This is another carbon monoxide alarm. This one actually also has a digital readout on it. So if we start seeing any sort of carbon monoxide built up in here, that is going to let us know. And of course, we're going to test it. Boom, we know that one's working. Even beyond that, I don't believe that these U-Haul trucks are any sort of airtight. But I am going to open up about maybe a ½ inch to 1 inch worth of space underneath the door just to get a little bit of oxygen in here, help keep it fresh and whatnot. So anyways, I wanted to address those concerns because it is very, very important for any of you out there doing any sort of camping with heater in a confined space, any of it. Just make sure and take the extra precautions and take life into your own hands and don't rely on something else. So anyways, now that we've got that covered, check this space out. This is like living in a tiny house. My Volkswagen is a fraction of the size of this. So it's pretty cool to be able to have this all set up and move about. I can't wait to get to cooking some food and just chillax and enjoy.
Hey y'all, it is 1:52 a.m. I just got off of work and found a spot to lay tonight. It is 46 degrees, you guys. I did not realize it was going to be this cold. I'm bundled up in my thickest blanket. I still have my work clothes on, which is leggings, a hoodie, and a hat, and some socks. Y'all, look at the curtains. I'm so excited. They are perfect. Everything I could ever imagine. It's like, no, but they're amazing. I can't wait to see how they're going to be in the morning. But yeah, wish me good luck through this night. My car does not pump the best heat, so there's no point in even leaving it running. So I'm just gonna get some more blankets at some point, and yeah, but I hope you guys have a wonderful night.
I have a really small dysfunctional family of women consisting of my mom, my sister, and my stepmom, who I don't speak to. But what those 3 people have in common is that they've never had to earn $1 a day in their life. So they've taken to calling me homeless as an insult or a guilt trip to get me to go be more normal or rent an apartment, which I'm not going to. Because as compared to this time last year, I have savings, a couple grand. And I'm able to go home for Christmas to see them and buy them Christmas presents. But still, you're homeless. And let's call it van life or digital nomad life or whatever, that sounds better. But I am homeless, and I feel homeless because I'm in Colorado and it's wintertime and it's a chaotic struggle, and I'm sure it'll be better in the summer. But I mean, it's been rough. But choosing between this or housing instability and financial instability, I would still choose this. And some people are never going to understand, and I don't take offense to it because they don't want to face that this is the reality for not just me, but for a lot of people.
Some people can't see the long term, they only see the right now. Some people are judgmental and they don't think it can happen to them. A lot of people and others, they just need to mind their business. What's for you, what's for you, you can't expect what's for you, others won't understand. And we can't expect them to. So don't let anybody's opinion dictate your roadmap, your plan, your blueprint, and how you feel about that roadmap, that blueprint, and that plan. Don't let it deter you. Don't let anybody get to you or change the route that you're on. Some people, this is the best thing for them. It enables them to save. Like she said, she has savings now. So she's probably in a better financial situation than the people that are talking down on her. Everything is material. All of these things are material possessions. People deem themselves better than others due to the fact that they have material possessions like a house and a car. That's mainly what people have. They have liabilities, no assets. And they're going to be the ones that are going to be homeless as this crash, this great reset continues to play out. Quote me on this now. A lot of people will be humble. Babylon, the world, America as a whole, middle class, will be humble. They will be humble. To do what's right at this time, and you will be on the up and up. Do what's wrong, and you will be on the decline. You're going to fall with Babylon.
Be honest, do you think this van looks like a piece of shit? Yeah, me too. Well, would you believe me if I told you that it barely even runs? Yeah. And to make matters even worse, this thing is filthy. But you can't be too mean to it because it is unfortunately my home. Because I'm homeless. So here's my good friend volunteering to spray this nasty, filthy, dirty Tonka down as we wash this thing from the windows to the walls. That's me, the homeless one, washing it from the windows to the walls because, as you can see, the walls and the ceilings are all dirty. So that's the before, and here's the after. We really put in work this evening. Hopefully you guys can give me some suggestions on what I should do to make it more livable, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Oh, I was homeless for a little while. I lived in a 1974 van that literally barely started on a tiny little surfing village with a population of less than 1,000 people. Every single day I would wake up, go to the beach, surf all day, go back to the rainforest where me and all my friends camped out, and I repeated this lifestyle for an entire summer. And I think living like a hippie honestly completely transformed my perspective on reality and everything it entails. There's something about living such a simple life that I just fell in love with. By the end of van life, I was extremely grateful for just running water. And I don't know, I think there's such beauty in a reset that comes with that. Before I was a hippie, I feel like I was like a caterpillar, and now I'm just a butterfly. You know, I've transformed so much. I'm just so excited to like show you guys the real me.
It can be a beautiful experience. That's when it's temporary. When it's long term, it can be painful. But at the same time, perception determines your reality. We are in control of our reality, in a sense, in our head mentally. Of course, the outcome is dependent upon the Most High. Everything is going to happen how it's supposed to go. Everything happens for a reason. And that's the best way to look at it, on the up and the down. If you're in a down season, remember, it's just for a season and it's for a reason. You might not know the reason, but it will be revealed to you in due time. Now, yes, sometimes a reset is good so that you can be appreciative for the things that you have. It's like the normal everyday things that we have, people take for granted. We always just want more. We look at the things we don't have, and that'll make us depressed. Gratitude over attitude. We need to be appreciative of what we do have. Sometimes that'll be taken away. The Most High could take that away from those that are not appreciative, to show you, look, I was doing all of this for you, and you wanted more. You didn't appreciate the simple things. Simplicity is key. It is key, and it's a good way to live. It's a good way to be humble and not get outside of yourself and over-exemplify and over-tap into your ego. A lot of people are living in their ego and they need humbling, and pride comes right before destruction. It comes before a decline. It comes before correction. Listen, man, it's your brother YT. Let me know what y'all think about this one. What do y'all think about van life? Are you currently living in your van or your car? Let me know. And are you doing it because you have to? Or are you doing it so that you can benefit yourself and your family to come, or just yourself if you don't plan on having a family? Are you doing it so that you can save some money, so that you can travel the world? Are you doing it so that you can live in peace compared to being stressed out, having to maintain a house that you're never really at? You're at the job just to pay for that house. So what's your reason if you are? I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all watching. If you made it to the end, drop a comment below saying the end in all capitals. The end. All right, man. Appreciate y'all. Peace. And to my Hebrew family, shalom.